Alright, 7th graders, we are now going to learn about commas and semicolons, using them in our writing to make sure we are getting rid of run-ons and using them to make sure our writing is clear and makes sense. Alright, our learning targets for this section are to use commas appropriately under conventions. You are also going to be working to prevent run-on sentences using periods and commas, and using commas to separate transitions under sentence fluency. What you need in front of you now is a pencil or pen. You also need the commas and semicolons handout. We're going to start with the warm-up. Please pause the video and complete warm-up 1 through 4. Please add commas where it belongs. Note that these are using commas in a list. Go ahead. Alrighty, what I need us to do now is, I think this will work. Yes, it will. Okay, we are going to go through the answers. So the first sentence is, my mom served grilled chicken, roasted red peppers, wild rice, and sweet tea for dinner. There's one thing about commas that you need to know is if you hear a natural pause in your voice, generally a comma or a period will go there. Here we go. My mom served grilled chicken. Add the comma in there. Roasted red peppers. Comma in there. Wild rice. Comma. And sweet tea for dinner. They were listing off what their mother was making them for dinner. Number 2, the class enjoyed reading the exciting, comma after exciting, funny, comma after funny, fun-filled book. Make sure you are fixing your answers if they are incorrect. The next one, the mouse ran under the table, comma, across the floor, and behind the refrigerator before disappearing. Chocolate pizza and sushi are my favorite foods, but not all in the same meal. Chocolate pizza, never heard of that before. Here we go. Why won't it let me draw? One moment. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Back to the chocolate pizza. Oh no, now it's not working again. I guess I'll be doing it like this. Alright, no chocolate pizza here. Chocolate, comma, pizza, comma, and sushi are my favorite foods, but not all in the same meal. Alright, moving on. Yo, I'm Frank, the Funk Master of Grammar. Alright, not really. You guys are probably laughing because of how silly I sound. But check it out. Like I said, when you're reading a comma in a sentence, it shows where you're supposed to pause. When you're writing, how do you know where you put the pauses? Well, it can help you to read things aloud. But if you can't, here we go. Here are the rules. Use the handout, please, to fill in the blanks and the practice sections on your worksheet. This handout will be saved in your notes section of your binder for Language Arts. Alright, rule number 1, commas separate introductory phrases from the rest of the sentence. Another word for introductory phrases, guys, is is a transition. Like, for example, this proves, this shows. These are introductory phrases. Please fill in rule number 1, introductory phrases in the blank. Pause if you need to. Here we go. I'm going to show you a few examples and then you're going to try them on your own using the noodles later. Number 1. Yes, you may use my pencil. Notice I paused after yes, so yes is the introduction. Yes, you may use my pencil, comma. Add the comma to your own page. Number 2. Well, I think you should apologize. Well, I paused after well, it's also introducing. Here we go, comma. In the evening, is a transition, just like you might say in your paper in the exposition or in the rising action. In the evening, sunlight faded in the western sky, comma. After the show is over, we will go out to eat, comma, after over. Next one. In the valley, at the base of the hill, a herd of buffalo is grazing. Where do you think the comma would go? Please put that on your paper now. This is tricky. It unfortunately, maybe I tricked you, maybe I didn't, in the valley at the base of the hill would be the full introductory phrase. Notice, if you just put it after in the valley, at the base of the hill would be out of place. All right, last one. On the morning when Keenan discovered her mother's letter, the rain poured in gray sheets for hours. On the morning when Keenan discovered her mother's letter is the full introductory phrase. Notice I paused before the rain poured. Put a comma after letter. Moving on. Rule number 2. It's groovy, baby! Commas separate an expression that interrupts the rest of the sentence. Interrupts should be the word that goes in your blank for rule number 2. Here we go. I actually hate Star Wars, but I don't hate anything, that's a lie. But here we go. Star Wars, my favorite movie, is actually set in the past. Alright, here we go. What is interrupting the statement? Listen again for that pause. Star Wars, my favorite movie, is actually set in the past. You're going to put 2 commas when things are interrupting because you're kind of guarding that interruption with those commas. So here we go. Star Wars, comma, my favorite movie, comma, is actually set in the past. Here we go. Now this one might be true. My favorite TV show, comma, Hannah Montana, is on every afternoon. Try this next one on your own. Fred's baseball team, who won the World Series last year, is playing against the Panthers tonight. Pause the computer so you can try this one. Alright, here we go. Fred's baseball team. The interruption is who won the World Series last year, because that's extra information about Fred's baseball team. Is playing against the Panthers tonight. Next one. The Kanapaha Gardens Art Festival, held every year in the spring, features artists from around Alachua County. Notice the extra information about the art festival is that it's held every year in the spring. So the extra information needs to be surrounded by the commas. The Kanapa Gardens Art Festival, comma, held every year in the spring, comma, features artists from around Alachua County. Next one. This book is about geology, the study of the earth, and its rocks. Alright, what's in parentheses is going to be the extra information about geology. It's actually telling us what geology is, alright? This book is about geology, the study of the earth, and rocks. You put commas around the things that could actually be taken out. Let's try reading these without the extra information. Number 1, Star Wars is actually set in the past. Notice I could easily take out my favorite movie. Number 2, my favorite TV show is on every afternoon. Hannah Montana is just letting the person know what a cool show I love to watch. Alright, I'm going to jump down to the bottom one. This book is about geology and its rocks. Notice the extra information was the study of the earth. Here we go. Fanboys! Alright, some of you may remember this from 6th grade, but Fanboys is an acronym for words that you need to put commas before always. These fanboy words are actually called conjunctions because they join sentences together. All right. Fill in the fanboy's words. F stands for for, A stands for and, N nor, B but, O or, Y yet, S so. Please pause the video if you need time to copy this on your own page. Alright, 7th graders, there needs to be a subject, which is a person, place, or thing on either side of the conjunction fanboy. Notice in this example, Pam swims often and jogs daily. Jogs daily is not a complete sentence. Pam swims often and she jogs daily. There is a complete sentence on both sides. Pam swims often and she jogs daily. So the comma would go before the fanboy and. Alright, you always use a comma before these words if and only if there's a complete sentence on both sides. Here we go. Some of these are correct the way they are. Let's decide together. It just depends on where the subjects, the person, places, or things, where they are in the sentence. Alright, number 1. Tim will bring the potato salad and Sarah will bring the juice. Notice, the fanboy word in this sentence is and. If we look at the sentences on either side of and, we'll notice, are they complete or incomplete? Tim will bring the potato salad is complete because it has a subject and an action, a noun, and a verb. Next, on the other side of and, let's see what we have. Sarah will bring the juice. That's also a complete sentence because Sarah is bringing the juice. For this one, a comma would go before the word and. Number 2, we ran the relay races first and then ate lunch. We would actually, again, check to see if there's complete sentences on both sides. So over here, we ran the relay races first is a complete sentence because it has someone doing the action, we, and it has the action, ran, and what they're doing, the races, right? Okay, on the other side of and, we have then ate lunch. There is no subject or noun, person, place, or thing on the other side of this and because it doesn't tell us who is eating lunch. Therefore, no comma is needed. This one is correct. Number 3, Congress passed the bill, but the president vetoed it. There's our fanboy's word. Congress passed the bill, complete sentence. The president vetoed it is a complete sentence, so the fanboy goes always before the but. Alright. I went to bed early, for I had a big day ahead of me. The fanboy word is for. I went to bed early, complete sentence. I had a big day ahead of me is also a complete sentence, so we'd put the comma before the for. Fred loves to eat, yet hates meat. Alright, what do we got? There's our fanboy. Fred loves to eat, complete sentence. Hates meat, not a complete sentence. It doesn't tell us who hates meat, so yet stays there without a comma. Maria, oh, that's me, reads books, but she sees no movies. That's actually a lie, but here we go. Maria reads books, complete sentence. She sees no movies is also a complete sentence, so this does it require a comma? Yes, it does. Both sentences on either side of the fanboy's word is complete. Alright, semicolon, 7th graders do the same job. I am about to run out of time on this video for semicolons, so please locate the semicolons video again on the conventions page of the theme analysis and tune in to the semicolons video to continue. Thank you.